Project Workbench.
What about you? Are you still pursuing the craft? Do you still perform? Are you interested, or are you just kind of taking it easy and seeing what happens?
My attitude changes daily, you know. I'm done with it. Forget it. I don't, nothing. Star what? Star who? And to, oh, a new Star Trek movie. As a matter of fact, I'm so nuts that I've been looking at all the trailers for Star Trek Into Darkness.
Into Darkness, yeah.
I have not seen one shot of Anton. Not one shot. And I'm taking it very personally. Where the hell is he? Did he not make this movie? I mean, I don't know. That's not rhetorical.
He might actually not be in it. I don't know.
That's not. I don't want to spread rumors, but he might actually not be in it because there was. And I went over and I watched it again and again, and I felt very badly. I felt rejected because Anton wasn't. He wasn't visible in the film. So, you know, I go from I don't want to do anything more to being so involved that I care whether somebody who is playing a part that I used to play is getting the opportunity or not. So it's kind of bizarre. I think I'm more moody, the older I get, and so that
Aren't we all?
Yeah. So there are days when, you know, I could be described as bipolar when it comes to being an actor. I see a performance and it thrills me, and I want to do that. You know, want to do that kind of thing. And then I think about, oh God, a lot of lines and what's really happening in the scene, and is it really exciting and stimulating? So I'm going through all that. If the question is, would I work again? Let's take the most outrageous idea. If I worked again in a series, as a regular, would I do it? I probably would. I probably would. I don't know how I would feel after a year or two, but I would probably do it. So yeah, acting is still in my blood.
Is not working on a series exhausting? Isn't that long days? And
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
That's cool.
but this is what I've been doing all my adult life, and it's something that I feel comfortable with, and something from which I've received a great deal of pleasure and satisfaction, as well as disillusionment and crushing disappointment and all of that. But yeah, I think I would. I'm also I've been writing for a long time now. I wrote for television in the 70s. I had 4 or 5 scripts that went on the air. I recently had a graphic novel published.
Which one?
It's called Things to Come. It was 2 or 3 years in the making. Not that it took me that long to get it written, but there were all sorts of potholes that stood in the way of it getting published. The artist is terrific. I just did the writing. It's a story that involves vampires, but a really different take. It's a very dark story. There are no teenage vampire love stories.
Sparkle vampires?
Yeah. Oh, is that what they're called?
I think they do actually sparkle.
Oh.
I don't watch those movies, Walter. I'm not into that stuff.
Yeah.
I like explosions and gunfights.
Okay. Well, this wouldn't make you happy either.
Well, I like graphic novels too. I'm definitely going to check it out. Now, this is, just to be clear, this is available right now. Like if I went to my local comic book store, it'd be on the shelves.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's one of the problems. The circulation has not been
I see.
as enthusiastic as I had hoped it would be. But I think it's an interesting story. I wrote it first as an outline for a screenplay because I thought that's the way I wanted to go. And in fact, that is the way I want to go. And I converted it into a graphic novel because I thought a lot of graphic novels are being made into films, and it's like this giant storyboard, and you get to really see what the writer has in mind. Even though the response has been seems to have been very modest, and of course I can't get anything out of my publisher. I can't get any word about how it's doing or anything else. I still think it would be a very interesting story. Story involves the last humans on Earth and the first vampires. And the last humans, their story is ending, and it ends throughout the book, and the vampires take over. The interesting thing about it is, I think, these are vampires who don't know why they're here. They don't know what is the explanation. Why have they been chosen, or how has it occurred that they are now the sentient species on Earth? They still, eat, drink blood. They have some of the characteristics as vampires have always had. But pressing to the on the mind of the protagonist and several of his followers is what's their purpose. Why are we here? And I touch on religion, but I also touch on evolution. The bad vampires build a church because they think that their souls have been sullied and they're being damned for what humans did, and they're going to come back to the church and pray to God. The good guys aren't looking to the church. They're looking on how do they go forward. What's going to happen to them? So I think that's an interesting idea.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah, as I say, it's a dark and convoluted story.
Might there be a part 2, or is the whole story told in the graphic novel?
I actually wrote it. They asked me to write it as single comic books, so I wrote 4 single comic books, with cliffhanger endings, and then put them all together into the graphic novel. So yeah, this story is complete, but it certainly could precipitate other adventures of these people.
Okay.
Some of them survive, and some of them do not.
I think you should do a Kickstarter and make it into a web series.
Hey, there you go.